Nigga, in like 1 year's time, you have dropped 5 albums. Chill, okay? You are not Ghostface. Chill. What's going on, everybody? It's the Granddad Woolly, and you are here again for another edition of Woolly Reviews Hip Hop Data. Today we got an album review, and we're talking about the brand new album from a West Coast nigga who just does not stay out the fucking studio. Nigga, go home, nigga. Do something else but rap, nigga. 5 albums in a year, shit, nigga. You got a family, nigga. Go hang out with them or some shit, nigga. God damn. Talking about the new album from the game entitled 1992. Nigga, in 92, I was like 4, nigga. I wasn't doing shit but watching Barney and eating fucking graham crackers, nigga. That was the life. I want to be 4 again, nigga. Adulting is hard. It really fucking is. For those who don't know, you know what? Fuck it. I've reviewed this nigga a couple times. You already know who the fuck he is. He's back. He's got a new album. Let's talk about this shit. It's a follow-up to what he did, like some soundtrack shit. He did something called Block Wars for some game he's got. But then before that, he had Streets of Compton for some A&E shit he was doing. But before that, he had the documentary 2 and 2.5. This is a follow-up to all that shit. But this is the official album follow-up, I guess, if you want to call it. And it's one he had announced shortly after documentary 2 and 2.5. So now let's see if the game brought us something fucking crazy that's 1992 levels, or I don't know what was happening in 92, so I can't make a reference point, but shit, nigga. Early 90s, apparently it was hot in the streets, and then fuck it, let's just talk about the shit. Now, when I first popped in this album and gave a listen to the production, I quickly realized that Game is sticking to the same formula he's been using on the production side for his last few projects. He's been going to the well with this old sort of sampling-based production where he goes into a lot of classic old school songs, West Coast songs, classic songs that we all know, and sort of just puts his own spin on them. He's been doing that since the documentary 2.5, and well, 2 and 2.5 he did it, and then he's been doing it on Streets of Compton, so he's sort of like carrying on with that. I guess he's trying to carry over into the 1992 aspect, the throwback feel of things. So with the production, he has more of a throwback West Coast vibe on some of the tracks, but then some of the tracks are just straight up direct samples of songs that we've heard before, and he's just rapping over it. It seems like he took the real goddamn song and just chopped it up into a beat form and then rapped over the shit. Really didn't seem like much effort was put into that shit. And the production on here overall, I think is solid, but I think he's went to the well too many times with this type of style that it just becomes boring and just really just predictable from Game. So I'm like, it's dope, it's cool, but it doesn't wow me, it doesn't intrigue me as much. And some of the songs where he does really sample things that are noticeable are the ones that I really just didn't care for the most, because it's just, I saw it coming. He's just been doing it so much, it's like, okay, it's cool, but like it really didn't like really pull to me. But I didn't hate the beats, I just thought that they weren't as spectacular as they probably could have been if he wasn't doing this already on his previous albums. And when it comes to the beats on here that aren't as noticeable and sample heavy, those beats really are the ones that I like the most. I just like the vibe of them. Game goes over them a little bit better than the other ones to me personally. I just enjoy them overall a lot more better. So let me go over and see the producers on here. I got it ready, y'all. Shut the fuck up. Okay, that nigga named Bongo, he is back. That nigga Bongo was making paper. First, I didn't know who the fuck he was. Now I'm seeing him everywhere. Get your paper, Bongo. All right, and he also got JP did this one. Okay, The Chemist Create. All right, cool. Drums and Roses. Okay, Willpower. All right, he's from ATL. Cool and Dre. All right, classics. Phonics. Tycoon, Scott Storch. Nigga, Scott Storch is still alive? I thought that nigga died. I don't know. Maybe he was just on heavy drugs and he just went away. I don't know. But he's back doing beats and shit still. Cool. But that's all the producers on here. Oh, and Terrence Martin's on here. He's doing something on there too. So they all come through, like I said, with some very solid production. But some of them are really, really sample heavy. Like the track, here it is, Fuck Orange Juice. That's pretty much just a complete, just like mock of The Message from Grandmaster Flash, like, which I do love that song, but it's just like, it's a straight up, like, it doesn't even sound like a sample. It sounds like they just took that beat and Game rapped over it. It sounds very, very similar. And the same thing goes for the song I Grew Up on Wu-Tang, which samples Cream, and then also However You Want It, which samples the Belly opening song, which is called, wait, I got it here, Back to Life. You know, however do you want it? You know, everybody who's seen Belly, they know that's the word. I call it the Belly song because every real nigga knows that's the song that opened up the movie Belly. You never seen Belly? That shit's fucking crazy with DMX and Nas and the motherfucker with the band. I was like, I don't like that shit. Yo, you gotta watch that movie. That's just fucking hilarious, but it's also fucking dope as hell. But those songs, like I said, just utilize those samples so heavily that it just really doesn't do anything for me. I'd rather just go back and listen to the originals than listen to this. But I guess I can commend Game for using those samples and the producers, because I mean, like, they sample some pretty classic and very, very important songs songs that are very, you know, important to the hip hop community. But I just think in general, it's just not one of those like things that really just came off too well for me. I like the original production, the ones that didn't sample too obviously. Those are the ones that really did the best for me. Now let's talk about Game and see what he did on all these beats, sampled and unsampled, and just see what the fuck he brought to 1992, and if he brought us back into the time machine, or if he should have just like left it alone and stayed in 2016 where he dropping albums every goddamn month. God damn it, nigga, slow the fuck down. Let's talk about it. So when it comes to the game, we already know his MO. He usually talks about gang banging, living in Compton, being the blood, all that shit, name dropping, all the stuff that you know a game for, he does here. But actually in 1992, he kind of peels back on some of those things and really just gives us more storytelling, really does more things that are in depth with his actual lyrical ability. And he's really just giving us a lot of things here that really cater to the whole what's happening in 1992 or the type of environment that was happening in his area in 1992. But we still get the same type of game content that we usually get. Gangbang and talk about living in the hood in Compton, how he grew up, his family, his upbringing, how it shaped him. I mean, it's nothing that we really haven't heard from him, but it's just him hearing him from, I guess, a newer or a different perspective. But he does come through with some very solid storytelling, and I gotta say, honestly, throughout this whole album, I was still entertained through the whole thing. I didn't get bored with this album. I wasn't wowed by it. I actually thought it was a really solid album. I just didn't think that this album was as good as it could have been because he just went to the well too many times with things that we've seen him do in his past albums, and probably because he dropped so much work so frequently, you get me? There's only so much that you can take of the same type of content when it comes from the same artist. And when it comes to features, Game's pretty much solo dolo on this entire album, but he does have one feature. It's from some dude called Osby Chill. He gets like his own little snippet or verse in the second song on here called True Colors / It's On. So like True Colors is the game side, and then it goes to It's On where he does his own little thing. And he's actually pretty decent verse, nothing spectacular, but he did come through with something solid and he did stay with the same content. But for the most part, Game has the entire 1992 album to himself. Now I know I gotta give him a top 5 tracks, and this really wasn't hard to pick a top 5 because like I said, the ones that I found were the most enjoyable were actually, you know, like very like instantly I like these songs that didn't take time for them to grow on me. I just liked them on first listen and they stuck with me. So I got them right here. So it's The Juice, Young Niggas, Baby You, What's Your Life Like, and 92 Bars. So let's go back up. So The Juice, this is probably the first song that really stood out, and it's actually the 5th song on the entire album. So the first 4 songs I thought were really cool, decent, nothing too spectacular. But this song right here I really like. I like the beat on here. It's very just hard hitting, but it's very, very smooth and kind of jazzy. It's got a nice female vocal sample on here. It says, "You got the juice now, babe." I can't sing, but it sounds really good when she sings the shit. And what I kind of found out was really cool is the song before it is the Grandmaster Flash sample song. It's called Fuck Orange Juice, but it's called Fuck Orange Juice, and it goes into The Juice where it talks about fuck orange juice is what Game is saying, but now he's saying, now I got the juice. So I don't know if that was intentional, but I did kind of pick up on that, so I thought that was a pretty cool thing. But the actual song, The Juice, I think is dope, and it's just pretty much Game talking about like, yo, now he's the dope motherfucker, he's that dude now, he's got the juice, and not only does he have the juice, but his son has the juice because he got the juice from his pops who had the juice before. Everybody's got juice but me. Now, I need some juice. Orange juice, Minute Maid's good, shit, nigga, I'll even take some fucking Tropicana. Simply's pretty. Why am I talking about orange juice right now? I'm thirsty, probably that's what it is. But I do think it's a really dope song, and it's a little bit of a change of pace from the first 4 songs. We're really just leaning to that whole West Coast vibe that Game is known for. This is really something that was just like a left field type song that really just stuck out to me based off that. So definitely check that shit out. It's fucking dope, and get you some juice while you at it. The next song is Young Niggas, and it is actually the song after The Juice, and I like this song. This is Game doing a little bit of storytelling. He's talking about the story of just him and his homeboy who were just some young niggas back in the day. They grew up together. You know, they kind of just like became like best friends and pretty much brothers, but as they grew up and they got into the gang life, they kind of just went their own separate ways. One became a blood, the other became a crip, and then they just ended up being at odds, and they went from being best friends to pretty much enemies, and he just tells that whole story from that whole process. So it's kind of a dope story. It just pretty much tells about gang life in Compton, but also puts sort of a personal story with Game. I don't know if it's 100% true. It sounds true, but it's a dope story. I mean, pretty much talk about, yo, we used to be homies, and then we grew up, and then you went over there, I went over here, and now it's beef on sight, nigga. You should have picked the right color. You picked the wrong color, so nigga, you with the wrong brothers, and that's what happened. So definitely check that one out. It's a dope track, and if you got a homie you growing up with, stick with them. Don't let gang life separate y'all, because friends are hard to come by, and you can't trust nobody these days, but if you got a homie from the soil, nigga, that's forever friendship. don't let that shit be separated by a goddamn flag or a color. Don't let it happen. The next song is Baby You, and this is pretty much the smooth groove of the album, and I actually like this shit. I like the vibe of it. It's just got that old school throwback R&B feel to it with the production. Nice R&B sample on there. And the game is pretty much talking about the girl he loves, his baby mama, his baby, the girl he wanted to marry, who they just, I mean, they love each other, but it's just always some friction and some tension. And like, he's just pretty much saying, yo, like, I did all this shit for you, but like, we didn't work out. Like, I spent all this fucking money on you. You don't appreciate shit. You don't see all these other couples arguing. I went on fucking TV for you and did this bullshit show, and you don't give a fuck about nothing. And now I'm out here at the strip club throwing ones and fives at other girls. I don't even like them, but I don't like you either. I don't know what to like no more. Game is confused. But like this, he made a good ass song about this shit, because he sees at 2 in the morning. I'm here talking, making songs about you when I should be doing something else. But it's a dope song. Like I said, the smooth groove of the track. Really nice vocal samples. I think Jeremiah's doing the singing on there. Some niggas on there, it's a singing nigga on there. I think it's Jeremiah. Whoever's on there though, they doing a good job. And it's just got that real throwback feel to it. So I like the track. Really didn't expect to like this track as much as I did, but I just like the vibe of it. It's really cool. So definitely check that shit out. It's just got that throwback feel to what I like. Next song is What Your Life Like, and this is probably my favorite song on the entire album. I like the beat on here. It's very, very like eerie and chilling, but it's also got some hard hitting drums on here. A very dope beat. And I like Game's just the whole presence on this album. He's talking about what's your life like. He's saying, yo, what's your life like? And he's telling everybody what his life's like from the point when he signed with Dre, when he wasn't doing shit, to the point where now he is like pretty much the shit, and he's just living life, and he's just letting us know like, yo, what's your life like? And I'm like, nigga, my life ain't nothing like yours, Game, nigga. I ain't got no money, I'm broke, and I ain't get signed yet from nobody big. So why you keep asking me that question and then bragging about it? I feel a little way about this song, but it's dope as shit. So I'm gonna let it slide this time, nigga. But don't ask me for the 15th time what my life like, cause nigga, you know already. Shit. But it's a dope fucking song. I love the vibe. I love the appeal of it. I love the production on here. It's just got everything about it. I mean, it's this Game talking from a personal side, but he really just shows that he came from the bottom up and just, oh, this is what his life like on all levels, from growing up in the hood to being a successful MC and artist, and just everything that came along with it. So yo, it's a dope track. Really like the whole vibe of it. And hey, yo, what's your life like, nigga? Like, mine's it could do better. I could do better. And the last song on my top 5 is 92 Bars, and pretty much everybody's personally heard this song. This is the song that really got the whole 1992 thing just sparked off. It's the 92 bar diss track towards Meek Mill, but he's also just doing 92 bars and just straight fire. Beat on here is fucking crazy. Love the beat on here. And it's just like, I mean, everybody's heard this song. If you've not heard 92 Bars, you've probably been under a fucking rock. But yo, it's a dope song, and it's actually supposed to be the closing track of technically it is the closing track of the whole album. There's a bonus track at the end. It's that fucking whack ass All Eyes song that he did with Jeremiah that I said I didn't like. I don't know why he put that shit on the goddamn album. So I'm not even gonna regard that song. It's on there, but I hate that song. But 92 Bars is a dope fucking track. Beats crazy. Game's going in with the bars. I just fucking love this song. From the first moment I heard it, I was loving this song, and I still do. It's a great way to close the album out, and I just think it should have stopped there. He shouldn't even put that other song on, but hey, I mean, you gotta do what you gotta do. But yo, I got much more to say about it. Everybody's heard the shit. You know what 92 Bars is. So if you haven't heard it, it's 92 bars. He's just spitting bars for 92 times. That's what it is, goddammit. And overall, I gotta say that 1992 I found as a very enjoyable album. Nothing great, nothing spectacular, pretty much more of what we got from the Game, but it is a solid album. Nothing that I'm gonna say is one of the greatest albums I've heard, but there are some songs on here that I really did like and I will go back and listen to. But for the most part, Game dropped a solid 5th album in a year. Nigga, take a break. No more. I don't want no more. Don't you dare drop an album in December, nigga. Just stop. Just no more albums. 5 is enough in a year's time. Take a 2-year break and just chill the fuck out. Make some more content. Do some other shit, nigga, because I'm gamed out. It's done. No more of the Game. We need to break time from the Game. Pause the goddamn Game, all right? Shit. So my final verdict, I'm not saying that the Game 1992 was an overall solid, well put together album that does still hinge a little bit too much on the old school sampling and really just goes to the well too many times with what Game is known for. All I'm saying is that the beats are on here are really dope, even though some of them here really don't wow me. Even the ones that are sample heavy with songs like the cream being sampled and the message from Grandmaster Flash and, you know, those types of songs, and even the Belly song. It's cool to hear them, but it really just didn't wow me because, I mean, like, we've heard Game doing this type of stuff in previous albums, so it really wasn't anything new. And with his content, it's nothing new either, but he did keep me entertained, and there are some very good songs on here that I liked. And overall, I can listen to the album front to back and not really be too bothered by the shit. So all I gotta say is that for me, the Game 1992 isn't Granddad approved, but I will give it a very highly Granddad recommended. And that's because, like I said, I overall enjoyed the album. I can listen to it front to back. There are some really good songs on here. Game's not really doing too much of his whole name dropping thing. He's giving some good storytelling. And the beats on here, although some of them in here are really a little too sample heavy for me, I did enjoy them overall. And there are some beats on here that are absolutely fucking loved. So, I mean, the Game came through with a 5th album in a year. He needs to take a break, like I said, and just chill out. I think we're good on Game content for now. Like, seriously, dude, you can stop. You can stop. No one's telling you to keep. Who's telling you to keep making albums? Do you have a contractual obligation over there that you have to fucking meet by a certain time? Something's going on over there. God damn. I don't know how much you making per album, but shit, apparently it's a lot, shit. But I got nothing more to say. The Game, 1992, is very highly Granddad recommended. So check out the shit right fucking now. And hopefully it's the last one this year, because I can't do no more, goddammit. Flip it. Alright, y'all, that's going to do it for today's video. Make sure you give me a thumbs up and drop a comment. Tell me what you think of the Game 1992 if you've heard it. If you haven't heard it, like I said, it's a very solid album. A little too heavy on the sample production, but overall, it's something that really didn't bother me too much, and there are some good songs on this motherfucker, but he needs to chill the fuck out and pause on the album releases because nigga, it's too goddamn much. But yo, this is a nice little gem right here. Nothing too spectacular, but nothing too horrible at the same time. Previous videos on the sides was my latest single. Check that out, show us some love. And as always, Twitter, Facebook, SoundCloud, Instagram. Links in the description below. And subscribe. Button on the screen, button below. Woolly Reviews twice a week, as well as CDK Studies. Check that shit out. And the gaming channel. And if you're into anything and want your shit spotlighted, info below. And I got nothing more to say. So until next time I take my leave, Granddaughter, the Game, 1992, nigga, stop albuming. Stop. Is that a word, albuming? Nigga, stop making music. I know you love it. I do too. But I mean, nigga, there's a time where you gotta chill. And it's right now. I'm out of here.